One of the bad things about the preterite is that there are so many irregulars. Here is a little way to memorize these and hopefully get them into your active memory recall, especially for the exams, but in a way that will make sense. So the irregular preterites do have some commonalities, and in this little chart, they're grouped in families of 3 with whatever their similarity is. So when we look at dar, ir, and ser, which conjugate the same in the preterite, we know this already, and ver, we're going to see that the yo conjugation goes to an I. And it doesn't matter that we have an AR, an IR, and an ER verb. They're irregular, and this is one of the things that makes them irregular. So these 3 verbs conjugate with this I, no accent marks. Look at hacer, querer, and venir, 2 ER verbs, 1 IR verb. And the similarity here is that the yo goes to an E ending. And then hacer is a double irregular because that third person, él, ella, usted, and it, goes to that Z, pronounced hizo. So it can't be a C as in cat because that would be pronounced equal. So remember that. Tener, estar, andar, these 3 verbs are very irregular. 2 ARs, 1 ER. They go to UV. They're very irregular. And then decir, traer, conducir, incredibly irregular, double irregular because, first of all, they go to this J. And then in the third person plural, while every other verb in the preterite goes to IERON, these 3 verbs go to ERON. So instead of dijeron, don't say that, it's dijeron, trajeron, condujeron. And then the last 3, poder, poner, saber, very irregular. Poder goes to UD, poner goes to US, and saber goes to UP. So that's how you need to memorize these. So a student from a while ago created this little chant that she thought was a way to help memorize how to conjugate these verbs. If you can get to the yo conjugation of these irregular preterites, you should be able to conjugate the verb the other 6 ways. So the chant goes like this. I didn't make this up. Another student did. It works. It really does. So when you chant it, you're going to say, di, fui, vi, hice, quise, vine yo, tuve, estuve, anduve yo, dije, traje, conduje yo, pude, puse, supe yo. And the thought is, again, if you can get to the yo in the preterite, it should trigger your memory how to conjugate the rest of the verb. Now, you have to remember what these verbs mean because that's the second part to this. It's not just conjugating them, it's actually remembering what they mean. So one more time, di, fui, vi, hice, quise, vine yo, tuve, estuve, anduve yo, dije, traje, conduje yo, pude, puse, supe yo. If you can get here, you can conjugate the rest of it. And if you get them out of order, so if you say di, fui, vi, tuve, estuve, anduve yo, that's all right. Or if you say tuve, anduve, estuve, you get the 3 words out of order. That's okay too. But if you memorize these in the groups of 3, you should be able to get the rest of the conjugation down. The good news about the irregular preterites is that there is not an accent mark in sight. The other preterites that we have learned so far, the majority of them, really 95%, shall I say, have accent marks. These are radically irregular and they don't carry any accent marks. So I hope it helps.